about no money, don't sit in my section. We gon' be going down in history. When they talk my ties, they gon' mention me. We gon' be going down in history. Living this lifestyle, it was meant to be. We gon' be going down in history. When they talk my ties.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of HomeGrown. This is your boy Randy Gross. Oscar.
Oscar?
Omar.
Oscar's actually my dad.
That's where I saw it before.
There you go. Oscar. Shout out to my pops. Shout out to all the moms out there. Happy Mother's Day.
Your pops on Mother's Day.
Because you said my dad's name. I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and roll with it.
Might as well. Clean up my screw up, right?
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
There you go. Effortlessly.
And Dre behind the screen over there running the show.
What's going on, y'all?
How's everybody doing? Happy Mother's Day to all mothers listening.
Hey, Ma.
If you're with us, we're glad that you could join us. Today on the show, we'll be discussing local homegrown talent Terry Rozier again because he's still on fire and his team is, unfortunately, we're successful today, defeating the Cleveland Cavaliers. We'll be talking about Shaq Washington, former Maple Heights grad.
Maple Heights quarterback.
His new venture into coaching, and whatever else local we have going on. We're going to talk to you today. Going to be here for about an hour. Now, Omar going to try to stretch it out to an hour and a half.
Always.
But the sun is shining. I'm not trying to be here too late. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. How are you?
A little depressed.
Why?
I don't know what the final score was. The last thing I saw was like 25, 22.
108-83 was the final score.
Well, there's the source of my depression.
Yeah. It's okay. It's only one game, though.
I expected them to lose this game.
You expected them to lose?
I didn't expect them to lose this game.
That's that Brown stuff.
I mean, I thought it was going to go 4-1. The Cavs have a history of not doing well after a long amount of rest. If you look at the Toronto series, they played every other night after a 7-game series, and they won all the games.
So that's what you're going with for this one?
No, that's just what they do. They don't do well with rest.
Okay.
It's not like I have to give Boston credit. They played great, but it's not like the Cavs were missing hard contested shots. They were just missing shots. They couldn't get going.
So let's go to our Boston fan in the studio.
Hey, Dre.
Hey, how you guys doing? Thank you so much for having me today.
Yeah.
Y'all can't see on the screen, but he waved at us.
Yeah,
he waved.
Yeah.
Listen, what I saw was a better team. Whenever you take away 2 All-Stars and still can compete with the so-called best player on the planet and dominate the way we've dominated.
So-called?
Hey, but let him have his day.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
The narrative will change after the next week. It'll be a completely different thing. So let him have his moment.
Like you said, want to give a shout out to Terry Rozier, because he is homegrown. I mean, that is true homegrown talent. And it's a series. And we won game 1 because we have homegrown talent, right here in Cleveland, Ohio. Product of the Cleveland school system.
No, Shaker school system.
Don't
put him in Cleveland now. People gonna get mad about that.
Right, I'm sorry. Same school as MGK.
Right. Oh yeah, and didn't
yeah, he went there too.
Didn't Kid Cudi go there too?
Yeah.
Kid Cudi went to Shaker.
Yeah.
Well, let's check out this stat line though for Terry Rozier. 34 minutes, 4 for 10 from the field, 8 points. One turnover. Ball protection. Possession protection.
I mean, it's cute.
That's dude. Come on,
cute.
bro. Come on, man.
Come on,
coaches out there will love that. One turnover stat line is huge.
Absolutely.
He's only got. I think he's only had 2 or 3 turnovers the whole playoffs this year, which is amazing for a young guy. Not to mention the 6 boards. Actually, 6 boards that he got for a guard, a smaller guard on top of that, and 8 assists. So he's creating points, not taking away possessions. I mean, he's doing it. He's doing it all for Boston right now. So shout out to Terry Rozier. Be nice if we can get him in here. Maybe we can pull them away when they come to Cleveland later this week.
Actually, we're working on that right now.
Yeah.
We're working on it right now. Because I text back and forth with Danny Ainge to see and check his availability. These guys are laughing. Because
Hey, man, I'm definitely. Listen, man, let the man have his day. Celtics kicked the Cavs' ass. There's nothing you can say.
so,
Nothing you can say.
again-
I'm going to completely disagree with that, the better team thing.
Oh,
But they won. They did what it. This is what we like to say. They did what they were supposed to do, right?
right.
Game one.
Yeah, exactly.
At home.
Exactly.
Higher seed.
Right.
So we go. You know, I love the two all-star thing that he hit us with. You know, you got to build the resume up to make it sound. They're not the underdog, actually.
No, they're not.
They are the higher seed.
Yeah.
Going up against what I heard, especially the first round of playoffs, a terrible Cavs team that only has LeBron.
Well,
The Celtics have how many number one picks playing right now? If we being real.
number one overall or first
Number
round?
one picks in the past 4 or 5 drafts.
He made first round.
How many
picks.
do, you know, the Celtics
Well,
have?
I mean, they do have a few. The Cavs also have a few, though. I mean,
Kevin Love was drafted 30 years ago.
wow.
Tristan Thompson wasn't.
Wow.
So you got me one?
I mean, you guys got a guy who was picked number one overall, starting.
Speaking
don't
of
have
that,
that.
You have another guy that was number 3 overall.
Oh, I guess we're gonna go back and forth.
He actually
about
was
this.
traded because he was the number 1. You know, they swapped spots, so he went to number 3. You're not going to play the victor role. You can't play
Wow.
underdog role here.
Yeah.
It's a serious battle going on right now.
Well, again, you guys have playoff experience, championship pedigree. These guys never played together before. Terry Rozier is not a starter. Tatum is new to the league. He's learning the league, the 82-game season. And here we are, the second seed, about to eliminate
Wow. Whoa.
the defending
Yeah,
Eastern
game one, they're about
Conference
to eliminate.
champions,
Wow.
minus probably the best point guard in the league and one of the best small forwards in the league.
Did y'all have the best point guard in the league last year?
We have one of them.
Did you have him last year?
He was injured.
He was injured last year?
Yeah, he was.
Kyrie
Against
Irving
the
was
Cavs.
injured? Y'all had Kyrie Irving last year?
No, Isaiah
So
Thomas
you went
was
to
the
the
best.
Eastern
Isaiah
Conference
Thomas
Finals.
was the
You
best.
went to the
point
Eastern
guard.
Conference Finals without Kyrie Irving last year, right? You
well,
went to the Eastern Conference Finals without Gordon Hayward last year, right?
Yes.
Oh,
we did.
so you're in the exact same spot
Wow.
this year than you were last year.
Well, did you guys go without Kyrie?
No.
Oh.
So it's different for you.
Oh.
So we're used to not having it.
Oh.
You're not.
Oh. Oh.
But the point is,
Oh.
we're both there without Kyrie Irving, right?
Well,
So
we
I'm
have
not
new
understanding how
pieces.
he's that important of a factor to keep mentioning if both teams have made it without him.
It's a lot of shots being fired here.
It's not
Well,
shots.
well, he is. He is probably one of the top 3 point guards in the NBA right now.
I would put it there, but I'm not going to argue the point.
Well,
Are we talking about Kyrie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the other homegrown local area guy, the one and only. Today he's LeBron James. He wasn't Thanos today.
Oh.
He wasn't Thanos today. I don't know. I think he's. I don't know. You say he's filling out the Celtics.
He does this. He does this in game ones where he feels he does. Look at the past game ones in the past 6 or 7 playoffs.
Uh-huh.
Look at his stat line.
So
It's always a lot of turnovers, hesitant on taking shots,
Mm.
and passing the ball a lot. Now, I'm not a big, as you know, LeBron James fan guy, so I hate
Okay.
that,
right.
but that's what he does.
So I seen a lot of things that I didn't like, but
From him or you talking
from
about-
from just Cleveland in general. But in 36 minutes, 15 points, 7 turnovers for LeBron, which
you always get one of those.
he
first
he
years.
always
Always
yeah
get
he always has a high turnover game like
Yep.
that. 9 assists, 7 rebounds, but that aggression just wasn't
Wasn't there.
there. That's the one thing that I noticed. The other thing that I noticed too is that they try to play a lot of one-on-one basketball today,
Mhm.
and you can't do that against Boston.
Mm.
You can't do that. Number one, your one-on-one versus their one-on-one. Their one-on-one is better.
Is it?
Yeah. Because they have better defenders
Nah, I go with
one-on-one.
that all day, yeah.
And on the flip side, because Boston in the first quarter they went on this little back and forth of we just gonna play one-on-one
That's
ball.
that's how the game started.
And
Yeah.
the Cavs lost that battle
Yep. That's how it started.
because Corver can't stop Tatum or Brown, and he was matched up on both of them at times.
Mhm.
Same thing with J.R. Smith.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it just blow by. And Al Horford owns Kevin Love. He owns him. In the games this year against Kevin Love, I believe he averaged 8 points against Al Horford in the Celtics, which isn't good for the Cavs. They need to go back to running that offense through Kevin Love, which is what I said when they first got Kevin Love because of the type of player he is. But yeah, so game 2, I expect to see more Thanos and less LeBron. I don't know. He left the Infinity Gauntlet at home or something. I don't know. He better go UPS it to the hotel or something.
Well, we already have the one hot LeBron quote that just came out where he says, "I have zero level of concern. I never went to college. This isn't March Madness."
Right.
So I expect 40 next game. 40-point triple-double next game.
A 40-point triple-double?
I mean, that's not surprising this playoffs for LeBron.
No, it's not. It's not. I would say 30 to 35. Probably like 10 to 12 boards, maybe 7 or 8 assists.
But none of that matters if you don't get anything from Love,
Yeah.
Korver,
Yeah.
JR. I mean,
And if you can't stop Terry Rozier from destroying your whole life.
absolutely. Your whole life?
Your whole life. Your whole life. Because it will crumble if they don't stop Terry Rozier. Seriously, Terry Rozier is like, honestly, he is what's making the Celtics go.
He's an engine. He's an engine.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I mean, it's crazy. And Al Horford, he like 95 years old. Like, it's ridiculous.
It's already it's a good team.
Yeah.
It's a young team. The only pieces that don't know what they're doing is Rozier and Tatum. Like, everybody else has done this. They've been through multiple rounds, multiple regular season games. Even for Jaylen Brown, who's young, he's experienced. So
Right.
that's what makes this good for them. They have a great coach. They have confidence. And they're not. I hate when people call them inexperienced. They're not.
Right.
They have a couple.
Not
of
at this
bars.
point. Not at this point.
Shady Osman is inexperienced. If we
Right.
want to talk that.
Right.
Jordan Clarkson and Larry Nance are inexperienced. They've
Right.
never been to the playoffs. So, 2 teams that's been deep in the playoffs before. Just a matter of who's going to actually show up.
Right.
Game 1, Boston showed up.
Right. Well, let's kind of change pace. We're in Cleveland, and Cleveland is football 24/7, 365. Let's switch and change pace to high school football.
Okay.
In the city. An interesting story that was released May 8th. I don't remember what day it was because it's been a long week, so all my days are running together. But Mr. Shaq Washington, Maple Heights grad, Maple Heights quarterback, took the team to the state championship in 2010. I remember that guy. He was like unstoppable that year.
I can't believe it's been 8 years. That's why I was shocked.
Yeah. Actually, I believe, I want to say I went and seen him play a couple times live.
Okay.
Very talented kid, but he's coming home. He's coming home after a great college career at the University of Cincinnati, where he's the all-time leader in receptions. Because at 5'9", he had to switch from quarterback to receiver. But he was a very talented player, so that wasn't a big deal for him. But he's Cincinnati's all-time leading receiver with 240 receptions. He's been hired to take over the Maple Heights Mustangs football program at just 24 years old.
That's crazy. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations, Shaq. But at 24, what were you doing at 24, Randy?
At 24, I was working at a hospital.
Wow.
As a patient transport.
That's all you do is work, man.
I mean, hey. Hey.
I mean, at 24, I actually believe that I had just started coaching myself.
Okay.
I got started coaching down at Jane Addams, where I went to school at. Shout out to all the JA executives, class of 2001. But yeah, I started coaching basketball down there. And in my mind, and this is probably what Shaq was thinking, why not go back and start your coaching career where you start your playing career,
Mm-hmm.
where you started your playing career, and try to make an impact there at your school. It's a beautiful story. Hopefully, they can get that program turned around and back to where it was when he was the quarterback there.
I had a question. Seeing that you're a coach,
Answer.
coaching is something much as I love sports,
Mm-hmm.
coaching is something I never even thought about wanting to do. Like
Okay.
it's never been a desire to do
Okay.
for multiple reasons. But I know you can't answer for him. But in
Right.
your situation,
Mm-hmm.
you love sports.
Yes.
You love coaching.
Yes.
I'm assuming to some degree you love/like kids.
Sometimes.
To some degree, right.
Sometimes.
On a high school level, do
Yes.
you guys want to go higher level of coaching? You know, college,
Right,
pros,
right.
or are you good at? Do you just want to do high school? Like, do you just want to do amateur sports?
Well, for me personally, my next jump will be college.
Okay. Does it have to be D2, D1, or
No,
do you care
no,
if it's
because the thing about it is that when you go and you get ready to make that jump, first of all, you have to have your degree.
right?
Well, let me take that back. You're supposed to have your degree,
And
but if you have that network, you can sometimes get plugged in here and there. But remember, a few years back, Eddie Jordan, who was a longtime NBA coach, went back to Rutgers to be his alma mater's basketball coach, and they found out that he never graduated.
oh, really?
Yeah, so he had to get that job up.
Really?
Yeah.
Never knew that.
Yep. So, yeah, you gotta have that degree.
Anything.
In anything. My man John Calipari, I believe his degree is in business.
Is it law?
Administration or something like that.
I heard they had a law degree. And I was like,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, you gotta have your degree. So that's actually something I'm working on now. My 4-year. I already have my 2-year. So technically, I can go coach at a junior college level, but I can't go D3, D2, or D1
Unless you have a 4-year.
unless you have your 4-year.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, it just depends on how far you want to take it. If you want to make that impact with the youth in your community, which I've done, and hopefully I've created an impact on all of the kids that I've coached, and they can turn around and hopefully continue that. If you want to do that, that's great. Some people they get that satisfaction from just there doing that local community work. But me personally, like I've done that part for so long that my next challenge has to be college. And that's not necessarily saying that I won't continue to coach in the community, but yeah, college has to be my next step.
Okay.
So I mean that could be something that Shaq wants to do. Maybe down the line. Hell, he's 24. He got plenty of time.
At 24, is that an age to? Now everybody's different.
Mm-hmm.
Is 24 years old? Are you ready to be a coach, especially if guys that age?
I think it depends. It depends on the person, their maturity level, because you got to understand that you're under a microscope 24/7. Like my players have 24 hours access to me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And when you're dealing with high schoolers, you're dealing with not only them, but their families. You're dealing with personal lives, emotions, learning how to become a man, being in a single family with no father. So now you're their father figure. So, and that's something that, I mean, you may be ready for at 24, you may not be ready for. I was fortunate to have older guys to learn from for a couple of years before I actually took over a program myself.
We're about to take a quick break. When we come back, we will be discussing a little bit more of Shaq Washington and his new venture in the coaching world. This is the HomeGrown Show. We'll be right back.
Living this lifestyle, it was meant to be. So stuck in my lifestyle, I can't think of changing. I'm on them hundreds now, I can't see no changing. I come from where niggas be envying. 20 Montana on
You talking
internet.
to me?
Bro told me ride with that 40 ounce. Fuck around, give him that ASAP. When shit getting rocky, get out of pocket, I reach for the rocket. I aim and shoot, John Stockton. I can't let these pussy niggas start the profit. I'm ballin' on fake snakes and exes. You see me, just know the lifestyle stresses. You ain't about no money, don't sit in my section. I can't be seen fucking with no peasant.
If I said it, I meant it. Goddamn it, geeked up, don't know how the fuck I'm getting home. Y'all gon' remember my name, y'all gon' remember my team, and y'all gon' remember this song. Mob ties, mob guys, big cash, money scheme, bitch, we get it on. Mama was a hustler, granny was a hustler, so you know it's in my bone. Eating good, yeah, we bout that. Said we scared, yeah, I doubt that. What you made, yeah, I double that. Money bands, keep 'em running back. Keep 'em running back. Bands, keep 'em running back. What you made, yeah, I double that. Money bands, keep 'em running back.
We gon' be going down in history. When they talk my ties, they gon' mention me. We gon' be going down in history. Living this lifestyle, it was meant to be. We gon' be going down in history. When they talk my ties, they gon' mention me. We gon' be going down in history. Living this lifestyle, it was meant to be.
Don't know how the fuck I'm getting home. Don't know how the fuck I'm getting home.
Welcome back to the Homegrown Show. Want to remind you to check us out on YouTube, Homegrown Show. Please subscribe. If you have any comments, leave a comment. If you want to comment and ask a question, do that. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. It's the Homegrown Show.
Follow us.
Follow us.
Follow
share
us now. Then call your mom and say, "Hey, mom, happy Mother's Day again." Follow Homegrown. They're cool.
That'll work. We are pretty cool.
Yeah, we are.
Except for that shirt you got on. But other than that,
Come
we're
on,
good.
man. This shirt's awesome.
That's Spider-Man, right?
Oh, you know what?
What?
You're not gonna do this to me every week.
Not Spider-Man?
It's not. It's Deadpool.
Oh.
Because Deadpool comes out this week. Shout out to Deadpool 2.
Oh, okay. I
But
mean,
don't take your kids to see Deadpool. It's not for kids.
so the comic isn't for the kids.
Oh, not this one.
I've been saying that for years.
Not this one.
Men in their cartoons.
You know.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Anyhow, finishing up with Shaq Washington, 24-year-old. Last year he was an assistant. This year he is being named the head coach. Tried it in the NFL, had a torn hamstring. That took him out. That's it sucks when you. I've always heard certain guys that I've come across to where they had a great college career, high school career, and then they had a little shot at the pros, and you hear them say, "Yeah, I was this, and then I ripped up my knee."
Yeah.
First thing you'd be like, well, "How good were you?" But somebody like Shaq Washington, you know he was good.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not saying the other guys weren't good. It's just when you hear
Right.
these stories, you be like, "Man, everybody I've seen to know was good and didn't hurt themselves." But it does happen,
Right.
and it's good that he didn't. He found what he wanted to do. He found a passion. And, he came back home, and we love to see when guys succeed, they get higher education, then they come back home, and hopefully, home also embraces them, and supports them. Like, don't just say, "Hey, this guy's our new coach, and he's this." Go actually go to the games.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
support.
Actually, I'm gonna tell you, and this is one of the things that I noticed going to high school games. Like ever since my son was able to walk, we were high school football games every Friday. Like
Really?
we would pick a random game and we just go up there, and it's just an experience that you want to have, kind of like a traditional thing that we would do.
Okay.
We need to get to high school football games more as a community. You go out in the suburbs and it's shut down because everybody's at the game.
Absolutely.
Everybody's at the game. Now I know it's a little bit it's difficult, especially with Cleveland public schools, because the games are so early and they're only on Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
But as a parent, as a community, support those kids, man. Support those kids who are out here trying to do something positive through athletics. who are giving up their time because they could be doing everything else that we see in the news. Mm-hmm. You know, we need to put more of an emphasis on these young guys and these young ladies that are playing high school sports and cheerleading and doing things like that. It makes sense to me, but at the same time, it doesn't. You know, you get the schedule ahead of time. Everybody got to work. Hey, schedule a couple days off on Fridays, or schedule you can leave early on a Friday to go see these kids play. It's almost that time of year, so you know.
The one thing I want to throw into that is we're going to talk pro sports here. It's going to happen because that's what guys end up doing. Sometimes we want to do this, but we venture off into the pro spot. Mm-hmm. But the main thing this show is going to highlight, we're going to always bring up, we're always going to promote is youth sports, whether it's AAU, high school, Muni League, all of it. We're going to talk about it, and we want you to support it. Now, when we tell you to support it, we're going to be there. Yeah. You know, we got some things that we have going that we're going to try our best to do, that we're going to be at most of these games. We'll discuss that later on, you know, as that comes. But like Omar said, it's been a Friday night or Saturday night, I've gone to Parma for something, and I've gone past that stadium, and it's like, wow. You know, the cars are everywhere, fans are everywhere, and then I've gone past Kennedy, and I've gone past another school, and it's like, it's empty. Yeah. We have to support our kids, and I'm big on not saying do something, not doing it myself. So I will be at some high school games this year that I've never been to. I'm going to be at some schools, at some places. We're going to be there. We're going to support. And this show here, this studio, we are going to promote it. And we need everybody there, not for us, but for the kids. And if the kids see you supporting them, they'll remember it. And they not only will thank you, they will come back in and do the exact same thing with their kids, with their nieces, their nephews, and whatnot. So stick with us. We're going to be doing some promoting. We're going to be doing some shows, some things that you like, and stick with us.
So speaking of Muni football, flag football.
Okay.
Flag football is underway. We had to cancel games yesterday because of threat of thunderstorms. But this weekend, go down to Browder Field on Sunday, May 20th.
Where's
Browder Field is directly across the street from East Tech on 55th. Beautiful field that they put down. Home of the East Tech Scarabs, the CMHA Renegades, Cleveland Muni Football, Cleveland Public Schools. Go check out the flag football this weekend. It was an amazing week one. Unfortunately, crazy Cleveland weather. We didn't know what it was going to do, and you know they ended up canceling Saturday's game. But this is what you're going to get when you go down there. You're going to get 3 games going on one field because it's flag football. So the field is shorter. I believe it starts at 10 a.m. this week.
Okay.
All right, 10 a.m. You get 3 games at a time. It's just a great atmosphere and a great environment. Bring your kids down. You don't have to worry about, oh, my God, it's on 55th. Listen, Safety is the number one priority, you know, and nothing ever happens down when these kids are playing ball. All right? I've been coaching in Muni for a very long time. Trust me. We don't play that. Our kids are the number one priority. Safety is the number one priority. So come down and check us out 10 a.m. on Sunday at Browder Field. We'll post the schedule later this week for you on our website. What's the website? Tell them the website.
www.minutestudioslllc.com. www.minutestudioslllc.com.
Coach, why did you move to the side as if you got to get out of the way of the camera while he's giving?
Because he really thought I wasn't going to be able to hit it off the top of my head.
No, that's not why.
I'm just saying.
That's not why.
Why'd you do that?
It was to give a dramatic pause and send the direction towards you.
FOS. Okay. I'm glad you said it because I thought about that when you just said you're going to post a schedule.
Yeah.
We're going to do that we're really promoting Cleveland Municipal School District schools. That's the gist of it. But Hey, Twinsburg, Menor, Strongsville, Benny, Eggs, Ignatius. Everybody's going to get love.
You forgot a school.
I did not.
Yeah, you
Everybody's going to get love.
You forgot a school.
I did not.
Yeah, you did.
Joe's.
How could you forget your school?
I didn't forget them.
So why wouldn't you mention your
Save
school?
the best for last. I wasn't done.
Oh, excuse me, sir.
All right. What do you want me to say? Jane Addams? It was coming. It was coming. It was coming. It was coming.
Oh, that burns me deep.
It was
right
coming.
there.
It was second to last. It was coming. But anyhow, the schedules, because you said it's what, 8 or 9 games, 8 or 9 schools in the district. I want to make sure I'm
Well,
getting that
okay,
correct.
so here's the thing.
Oh,
It's 11 schools in Cleveland Senate athletics.
okay.
Now, not all 11 schools have football teams.
Okay.
I don't even want to get started on
That's
that.
fine.
But there are 11 schools in
Okay.
Cleveland Senate.
So not just football, basketball, track. Schedules will be posted.
Yeah. Volleyball. Don't forget about the ladies.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything
Volleyball.
that has a sporting organization will be posted
Mm-hmm.
on the website. We're all going to be involved in getting that up. We're not just going to make that Andre Evans' job.
Yeah.
You know, he's good at it, though.
He is.
He's real
he
good
is.
at it.
Listen, Andre's like a wizard.
Absolutely.
I'm going to tell you, you know what?
Huh?
You know what Andre's new name is going
What's
to
the
be?
new name?
We're going to start referring to him as the Wiz.
I could do
You
that.
guys are not going to get me to do all this stuff.
I could do that. We're doing it with you. We're doing it with
Right,
you. But once we put it out here on the air, the pressure's on.
Right.
It's got to get done.
And listen, we also can't forget about the Wiz's alma mater.
Oh man,
We
Shaw.
can't forget about Shaw.
Oh, how did I forget?
Even
yes.
though I'm still mad at the athletic director for not hiring me.
Oh man, you don't hold grudges, do you?
I do hold you grudges.
I'm with you. Look, man, he's cool.
No, he a good dude though. But shout out to Shaw, Andre's alma mater. He wears his Shaw products every day.
I mean, he's
a very proud
committed guy, alma mater.
You know what? But you know what? I love that. And I'm gonna be honest. When I was interviewing for that job, for the basketball job, that was the one thing that really attracted me to the school was their alumni support that they get and their amazing band.
Okay.
Like we've went down and played them a few times in freshman and JV games while the band was practicing on a Saturday. I mean, it's just amazing what that band does.
I heard they had a band. They're good, huh?
What do you mean you heard they had a band?
Heard they had a band.
You know how disrespectful that is? You're going to get us threats on air.
All right, I'm joking. Yeah,
He's joking. He knows
I'm
about
saying the band. Everyone knows.
I mean, but realistically, like, and that's another thing, like, not even just, the athletic side of things. Like, the dedication that those young people put in for that band, I mean, it was amazing. Like, I think they played Earth, Wind, and Fire when we were down there. I almost lost my mind.
The Taylor Swift version?
No, not the Taylor Swift version.
okay.
No, I didn't even know there was a Taylor Swift version.
Yeah, she did a song.
Did she?
She did September.
Did she?
Google that.
I'm gonna have to. I get down with Taylor Swift.
Not after you hear this.
Really?
Yeah. See, that's how we get off.
Taylor, don't mess things up. We got a good relationship, okay?
Really?
What?
Yeah, there's something about you. I knew it was something about
Come
you.
on, man. Taylor Swift got hits, dog.
So did
Swift
Milli
Taylor.
Vanilli. That's your point.
But she shouldn't have won that award, though.
Anyhow,
Shout out to Kanye.
like I said, we got a lot of things coming up on this show that we will be doing. We'll be promoting. We'll be broadcasting. But
I got a question.
What's the question, Wiz?
Now, what do you guys, what do you see from generation to generation, like as far as improvement in athletics, and what do you see areas where this generation needs to improve on as far as like, are they better? Is the youth better than, generation before? Are they worse?
all right, let me speak on my part that I know.
Okay.
Because you're involved.
Okay.
From
Go
what
ahead.
I can see, if I'm getting your question properly, my generation, we love playing. We love sports. We woke up to play sports.
All
and
sports.
it didn't have all sports,
Yeah.
and it didn't have to be organized. A lot of times now, kids are only going to go hoop when it's time for practice or
Yes.
the game.
Yes.
They'll pick up a ball and dribble outside, but they're not about to gather their friends up now and go to the park or go to the rec.
Right. Right.
My generation, this isn't one of those old wives' tales. We would wake up literally 9, 10 in the morning, and we already at our friend's house, and we are like 8, 9 deep.
Yeah.
10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
That's not going on. So I don't say that to say we were better. These kids now just these kids now just have more to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you have more to do, you have more fun, you have more options. So now they're scheduling their fun. So like I said, now it's I'm going to hoop when it's time to practice and when I have a game. Why am I not going to hoop at 11 o'clock in the morning? I could play 2K. I could play Fortnite. I could sleep in. That's how they have a schedule.
Is your kid on the Fortnite thing too?
Dog,
man?
nonstop.
What kid isn't, bro?
They're all on.
It's ridiculous.
So it's kind of sad because now the kids of this generation, I do believe, have more resources. They have more places to go. Like the only way we can get in the rec, I can remember back then we had to have a membership at the Y.
Yeah.
Now you go in and you sign up and you in for the day and you know so.
Well, the one thing that I've noticed, our generation, we were more skilled at multiple sports. There wasn't this specialization that these kids are doing now, and a lot of it is because parents are pick a sport, stay with a sport. No, parents, please stop doing that to your kids. It is a proven fact that college coaches, ask Urban Meyer, Google it, look it up, prefers kids who have played multiple sports throughout high school. Stop making your kids specialize in sports. You're not doing them any justice. Not to mention, from a physiological standpoint, their bodies are moving the same way constantly, year-round. You're not building a all-around athlete.
That's right.
You're just not. We were more skilled. We were smarter. Basketball IQ, football IQ.
Were we more skilled?
We were more skilled. Now, overall, because if you think about it, even the random hood dude at the park could ball. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never seen so many kids at a park who just don't have basic ball handling skills or basic.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought it was better.
No,
maybe I'm not. Okay.
No.
Like you're around it more than I am.
Yeah, I see some of like the body movement in general. Like these kids can't move like we used to move.
Okay.
Doing simple stuff. Ask a kid to do karaoke. Ask a kid to do karaoke and see how well they move.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Backpedal, turn, and sprint. See how many of them fall.
See, I think we had better examples though. Like I remember literally watching, and this guy, a guy that can't stand Michael Jordan. I remember watching the the Bulls game on NBC.
Yeah.
And I literally would go in the backyard and try to emulate that move.
Yeah.
Now the move they trying to emulate is the James Harden hop back travel.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. It's Steph Curry 3.
Right.
So
right.
They're playing as much as we are, sort of.
But they're not.
They're getting it from the wrong type of example. So
yeah, and then we were more coachable.
Oh, absolutely.
We were more coachable. We were mentally tougher.
That starts at home, though.
It does start at home. We were mentally tougher.
Which was another piece I was going to add to what he said because our parents, my mom did not like going to games, but I was her son.
Okay.
She didn't want to have to drop me off and pick me up.
Right. So she just
stayed.
Stuck around.
And at the end of the day, she'll talk about it now like, y'all was funny as hell.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
Now parents are hoping the coaches come pick them up. And drop them
oh,
off.
Lord Jesus.
You know.
Yeah.
We already know the situation about maybe one of the parents is in the home.
Right.
Grandparent might not. So, support system is different.
Yeah, it is. It is. But they I think I know for a fact, if I was to take my crew back in the day and go hoop against like my high school team right now, we destroy them. We destroy them.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the funny part is that, like I tell my boys all the time, like they try. And the one thing, when you're a coach, they always want to test you. Always.
Of course.
Coach, you can't do this. You old. Dude, if I had $1 every time a kid called me old, and I'm so far from old, it doesn't make any sense.
But didn't you do it?
No, I never did that to a coach.
Maybe not a coach, but an adult that thought they go.
No.
Oh, yeah, I did it all the time.
No, never.
I called him old.
No.
I mean, they could have been 35. That was old to me.
So, no. No, absolutely not.
Okay.
But they like, I tell them like, yo, you couldn't. Me in high school, they couldn't do nothing to me, man.
Right.
Because I was long and athletic, and I can jump. You know what I'm saying? Like, these kids don't jump no more.
And I think they can.
And
They
the
just
simple fundamentals.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's gone.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and like you said, back in the day, we wake up,
We hoop.
we hoop. Like, me and my crew, shout out to DPA. Me and my crew, we would get up, and it was, I stayed on the corner house, my dude stayed next door, our other dude stayed next door to him, our other guy stayed down the street, and we would all meet at my one boy house. Like, we stayed there.
Yeah, that was
we
hot.
stayed there. And if it was too hot during the summer, you know what we would do? We pull the TV out on the porch and bring the Genesis out, and we would play until it was cool enough for us to go and play ball.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, kids don't know what any bounce is.
No.
They have no clue what any bounce is, Dre.
No, they don't.
Like, down them at that. They don't know nothing about that, dude. Like, it was ridiculous, man. And I'm going to be honest, like, me moving on that street and growing up over there, like, that really helped develop me into the person I am, because that's all we did was play sports. Up until then, I really didn't play much. So it was like perfect timing, me moving over that way. But that's what we did. We would go to Jameson, and then Jameson got too crazy, so we couldn't go there. So then one of our guys down the street, one of the older dudes, he bought us a rollaway so we wouldn't have to go up to the park, because it was just so much stuff happening up there.
Right.
We would go every blue moon up there. You know what I'm saying? We would we got Hamilton before they tore the rec down up or the school down up there. We would go to Glendale Park sometimes. We would go and play other streets. So, like, we would go play Edgewood on Edgewood. Then Edgewood would come over and hoop up with us. You know what I'm saying? Chapelside here and there. You know, actually, Chapelside was more. We used to play Chapelside more. The Boys and Girls Club.
Yep.
First time I learned I can dunk, Dre, was at the Boys and
Girls
Girls Club.
I'll say this to what we're talking about. These kids want to play straight up organized ball.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
When when I grew up, you played all.
Yeah.
Because it's like, we used to look at guys like playing football.
Yeah.
If you had equipment on, you were soft. I want to see how you get down without them shoulder pads, which was some stupid crap.
Right. Sideline pop.
Yeah.
Sideline
Sideline pop. So let's see how tough you are.
Yeah. Two-hand touch.
And playing on the street was actually practice.
Yeah.
You know, like it tested so much stuff, your toughness, your willpower.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah. All day.
You got to see these dudes tomorrow when you come outside. Like, he dunked on me.
Yeah.
He caught a touchdown on me. He knocked me in the bushes. You know, so like, let's get it on.
And it was no craziness after that happened.
No.
You know what I'm saying? These kids now, like, you get crossed over, then they be ready to fight. Like, dude, relax. Breathe easy. It happens.
Everything that go with it. It's
Yeah.
the humiliation, it's the bragging, it's the
Man,
I
listen.
hear the jokes. That's what's. I mean, it's just more.
It is. It is.
Because of more exposure and more ways to be clowned and embarrassed. These guys don't.
Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you,
mental.
I miss those days in the summer.
Definitely.
Summer '96, amazing summer.
Right.
Amazing summer. You know what came out the summer '96?
No.
LL Cool J.
Really?
Mr. Smith.
Wait, singing LL Cool J?
First of all,
That's why I don't remember.
he did everything.
But he was singing.
But that album was hot.
We weren't used to singing LL Cool J.
That's okay
So
though.
that's why I've thrown it in the
That's
back of
okay
my
though.
mind.
That's okay though.
Who do
You-
you love? I'm good.
That album was amazing.
I'm good.
And
Hard pass.
didn't Tupac?
He
All
died.
Eyes on Me come out that year too?
He died. Yes. He died.
That's what I thought. That was a great year in music.
Died that September.
That was a
Thanks for
great.
bringing up some great memories of music. A singing LL that did Tupac.
I'm sorry.
Oh
Didn't
my
Bone
God.
come out that year too?
Sticking
Homegrown.
to sports.
Yeah, but that was Bone's debut that year too, wasn't it?
No, not the debut.
No. Oh, the second album.
Yeah.
Second album. That's right. Second album.
Now I want to ask you both of you guys this question.
What's that?
Now, Randy, you and I attended a couple games last year, Community League football.
Yep.
Coach Omar, you coach it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, tell me about the difference in the way these kids are playing football at the Community League level compared to the way, we grew up. And I know me and Randy talked about just seeing kids in the shotgun is absolutely amazing.
Yeah. It's a lot of spread. So when I coached down in Garden Valley, when I coached the older guys, we ran mostly pistol, 4 wide, 1 back, and then I would mix it up and do different stuff. So I would do 2 back, 3 back on occasions, throw a tight end in here and there. But yeah, the systems that are used now is not the traditional 2-back youth football that you're used to seeing. Now, I would say that's because of the change in NFL to college to high school. It's all just trickling down. That's all it's doing. If you look at a lot of high school teams, that's what they're using. So our philosophy in Muni as coaches and as coordinators is that we're preparing these young people, these young men and young ladies on occasions, because I had 2 girls that played. We are preparing them to go to high school and be ready to play in a high school system. So you have to be able to teach those systems. And you got to be able to get these kids to run these systems to a high standard.
So what are you preparing them for? Like, are you trying to get them acclimated to a high school type system or a college type system, or are you just saying, well, I'm just going to play you to what your strength, or like how do you choose what system you want to use?
So it's really on the organization. So, for example, I'm actually starting a Muni organization this year. We will be at Carouche Park, starting June 1st, by the way. Bring your kids out. So the way we're looking at it is that those first 2 divisions, that termite, which is 6-7, your midget division, which is 8-9, that's your introduction to football. So really all we want you to do is get the fundamentals down. You know what I'm saying? So at that division, it's great to win games, but you really want to get these kids fundamentally sound and teach them, if you can, multiple positions, because at 6, 7, 8, 9, we don't know where these kids going to be in high school.
So let me ask you this, so I'm not trying to be funny.
No, you good.
Do you present the parents with that up front?
Yes. Personally, yes, I do.
You have to.
You have to.
Because I know a parent that has, an 8-year-old son, and you have to show, I'll tell you his name, and you might know who he is. And this guy, in one breath, he'll tell you, my son, I don't get that big a head about it. The next breath, he's bragging on something about how many touchdowns his kid had as an 8-year-old. And it's like, these parents are putting a lot on these kids.
Yes.
At a young age.
Yes.
And then I was at a youth basketball game this year, and I watched a parent come out of the stands and start talking to the coaches like, why y'all keep letting him shoot? Why do y'all keep letting his other players? And it's like,
right.
Do you make it clear of what your mission is with your team?
Yes. Okay. Yes. And as far as that parent coming out, was that after the game, I hope?
No.
It was during the game? Lord Jesus. Parents, please stop being crazy, okay?
Yeah.
Let the coach do what he do. All right? Now, so, and this is the issue that I have with my 8th grade team. Because I have some 7th graders that are on my team that just aren't ready to play in a live game situation. But you're a 7th grader. You got a whole nother year. And I got 7 8th graders in front of you. So I have to explain to one parent, really not the parent, it's really the grandma. And she's a nice lady. Your grandson's just not ready for competition yet at this pace. And as a coach, I'm not going to put him out there to get embarrassed and to lose confidence. It's all about building confidence. That's what it's all about. Once that kid has that confidence and it goes along with the skill set and it's hand in hand, then you will see the kid do what you think they can do. But you have to trust your coach. And honestly, like, it's the same thing with my son. My son played football from 6. He is now 14. Confidence is it's a big thing because he's always had talent. But he had to get out of his own head. He had to build that confidence up to know that, hey, I can do this, because he's not the biggest kid on the field. He's always been the smallest kid. So, yeah, parents just have to be, you got to, like, just stop comparing your kid to everybody else's kid, number one. And number two is you got to trust your coach. And coaches they have to keep that open line of communication. And you got to be up front and say, listen, we're working with your kid to get your kid ready. It may not be now. It may not be next year. But when it clicks for that kid, then we will see the fruits of the labor. And that's the problem. Like, parents are just crazy. Mm-hmm. And even myself, like, I coach my son. I try not to put pressure on my son. Mm-hmm. But I know him well enough to know what buttons to push, just like all my other kids. Like, I can yell at one kid, and another kid I got to pull to the side and say, listen, we got to do it this way. Because some kids take things a certain way. Like, I was a player where you can yell at me. I'm tough enough to take it because I understand what you're trying to get through to me. Mm-hmm. And there was some guys on my team where if you yell at them, they shutting down. Right. You just got to know your team. Right. But yeah, I mean, it's Muni football has done amazing things in the community. We're seeing it on Sundays. And honestly, and it's a couple of college basketball players, I believe, that played in Muni football as well. So, the foundation that they're getting from these coaches, man, it's working. Parents just got to step back. Right. Or volunteer to be a coach. Yeah, they're not going to do that. And they're not going to do that for the most part.
I'll tell you what, guys, turn my mic back on. I'm sorry. Just in a couple of football games I saw last year, and this at the JV level, seeing kids in the spread formation for one on offense, seeing a quarterback in the shotgun, and not just running the ball, but actually reading.
Yeah.
I'm like, you have got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
These are kids that are 11, 12 years old. We wasn't doing that in high school. Only certain high schools actually threw the ball.
Right.
You throw the ball if you guys were up by 30.
Right.
Sweep left, sweep right.
Right.
Option, that's it. Right. Or you had to pass the ball.
Yeah.
And seeing these kids, throwing the ball, seeing the fundamentals on defense, guys actually pinning the guy against the sideline, following the ball all the way in, intercepting the ball. I'm like, you got to be kidding me, man. It's, we talked about coaching and how it trickled down. It seemed like some of the coaches was actually holding the players back by only running sweep left, sweep right.
Yeah. You gotta. So you have to, as a coach, constantly be learning and evolving. There's enough information out there that you can get as a coach, and there's enough clinics and classes that you can get as a coach. You just have to be constantly evolving. And like I said, Muni has done a beautiful job of sending that information down from the top to the coaches and the coordinators for us to become better coaches, to continue to build up these kids and send them on into high school and colleges and NFL. Because realistically, what we're doing is we're using football to keep these kids in school. And we're taking football to keep these kids and move them from high school to college and get degrees. And in turn, hopefully, our community will start to change. That's the bigger picture right there. You know what I'm saying? That is the bigger picture that we all have at the Muni level.
What Dre's saying, what he's chiming into, I think it can add to. Okay, growing up, Muni League football, any type of youth league football, it was basic.
Yes.
Run the ball left,
yes.
run the ball right.
Yep. Power eye. Yep.
As a parent/guardian, going to those games was the most boring, grueling, already cold, probably raining, aggravating time of my life.
Yeah.
So now to see them have opened up the offense, that will make more parents come out. It shouldn't be the main reason, but I also want to have kind of a little bit of fun at my kids'
Oh
game.
yeah.
And if we talk, I just said in basketball, the kids watch James Harden and they watch Steph. I got a 3-year-old in the house who, when he wants to, the first thing he does, he comes to me with the football, right?
Right.
He'll say, "Throw it to me." I'm about to do an Odell. We all know the Odell big famous catch is the one-hand grab.
Yeah.
Kids are sponges.
Yeah.
So when these kids come to youth practice and they come to this, they want to run what the pros run.
Right.
And so obviously, like you said, they have to be taught how to block.
Yeah.
They have to learn their holes. Because I remember my very first football practice. I was just ready to run with the ball.
Right.
I was worried about hole 1, 3, 5. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
This is math.
Just give me the ball.
Just give me the ball.
Yeah.
So, once that is established, because of the way college football is, this spread offense, that's what it's going to be. Again, I don't want to venture off into pro talk, but the top pick of the draft this year, and before, whether it's Mariota, Jameis Winston, now Baker Mayfield, these guys didn't take the ball under center.
Right.
The NFL does not want to do it, but they have no choice when that's all college is doing, and that's slowly becoming what's going on in high school. So the game is evolving. So youth football has to evolve.
Right.
And it's going to change the NFL because it's already happening.
And speaking of the evolution, I mean, like even with the safety portion of it, because that's the one thing. Like I was talking to Lord Jesus, I got something in my eye. I was talking to a grandmother last week at my son's school, and she wanted to get her grandson involved in some sports, and I was telling her, like I have football that I'm starting, I have track that I'm starting, I have a lot of lacrosse stuff that comes my way, and I was explaining to her just the different opportunities, and she didn't want any parts of the football. She didn't want any parts of it, and I said, football, everybody links concussions to football. Like, I've been coaching so many sports. I've had one concussion, and that was during basketball season. I've never had a concussion during a football season. And that's because, again, as muni coaches, as youth football coaches, in partnership with USA Football, we're all trained and certified in heads-up football and heads-up tackling, heads-up blocking. And this is something, again, that's trickling down from the NFL, who we work with as an organization. It's trickling down. So, you got so many parents that's concerned about concussions and this, that, and the other, and injuries and breaking stuff. And boys is going to be boys. My son, like I said, he's been playing football since he was 6. He's broken one bone. He fractured his ankle.
It's probably a bad play call you made.
Actually, it wasn't during football season.
I just wanted to say it was
and I don't make bad play calls.
Oh, sorry, coach.
Except for this one time. I'll tell you about that later.
Yeah.
But it worked. So, no, he roller skating.
Okay.
Somebody rolled on his ankle and fractured it roller skating. He's never been injured playing football.
Roller derby is a sport.
Roller derby is a sport. Wasn't LL Cool J in the roller derby movie?
Yep, it's almost
There
time
we
to
go.
close this show out.
Shout out to Mr. Smith. But seriously though, like parents are so concerned about their kids getting hurt, and I understand that. But trust me, again, we are certified. Actually, we have our USA Football certification and training this weekend. We put the time in to teach kids how to tackle and how to block the right way. And that's something that's going to change, and the rules of the game are changing. The game is safer. Now, are you going to have injuries? Yes, you're going to have injuries. But I can ride down the street on my bike and fall off my bike and break something or get a concussion. Like, we can't live in this bubble.
Absolutely.
And we got to let our kids play football, especially for my program at Carouge Park, June 1st.
That'd be a good topic for next week that we got to remember to pick up. Concussions, youth football, and all that. Whatnot.
Yeah.
But we're about to wrap this up.
We got to go already?
Yeah, that hour flies by. You're going to have to talk to your executive producer, writer, director about stretching it out a little bit longer.
This is ridiculous.
You call him the Wiz, I call him the Tyler Perry Minute Studio.
Oh, wow.
When the credits roll and you see his name on
everything.
It's not just the door.
It's not just this.
It's on every part of
Wow.
of the franchise. Let me check see if it's on.
Is it on your book?
No, it's
No,
Apple.
it's
It's
not on
Apple.
there.
It's Apple.
Okay.
No, I can't afford that, bro.
What is that? He's behind.
I don't know,
Take a
man.
quick picture of
you
that.
know,
Oh
So
man,
This
everyone
guy.
knows. Has the audience ever really seen Troy Evans? He says he's on camera.
I don't know.
I don't believe he is.
But you know what? And
Let's
actually,
catch you back there.
you gonna take the picture of him?
It's kind of like Wilson on Home Improvement.
You
Don't
never
be
see,
back
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Never see his face.
You only see the top half, the eyes.
Right.
But yeah, next week, yeah, we can get into
Concussions,
that.
youth football.
Youth football.
Should they or should they play?
My organization,
What's your organization?
Ohio Elite Athletics.
Glad this is about you.
It's not, but I'm gonna plug myself, man.
You're
I'm gonna
supposed
plug
to.
myself
You're
because we
supposed to.
about to help a lot of kids out. Track at your alma mater, Villa Angela St. Joe's,
Yeah.
starting May 21st.
Right there by the lake.
Right
Place
by the
to
lake.
run.
Beautiful school. Beautiful school.
Absolutely. Shout out to Coach Babe Kwasniak.
Yes, great guy. Great guy.
Folks, this has been Homegrown again. We thank you for joining us.
We're not ready to leave yet.
I'm ready to leave because I'm tired of seeing that shirt. So, don't forget, YouTube, Homegrown Show. Subscribe.
I got issues.
Facebook page, Homegrown Show. Twitter, Homegrown Show.
Homegrown.
Instagram, Homegrown.
Yes. Follow us. If you have not followed us yet, if you have not liked us yet, we are sad about this. We
Please
are
follow
really,
us
really sad.
because on YouTube, before the show, you will get a notification. So
Yes.
just in case you forget, it's Sundays at 7. You will get that text message alert or whatever notification let you know
Right.
it's time. The show is coming on.
We actually should be on a Google Calendar.
I'm with that.
We should be.
I'm with that.
They should like have Siri like take care of that for you iPhone people.
I like how you said that first.
For you
What's the
iPhone
other
people.
one? What's the other name that you guys go by?
Bigsby?
Clarice, whatever it is.
Bigsby?
oh my God.
Homegrown Show, folks. Love you. See you later. Catch you next week.